Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am here to talk about Joshua Culibao versus Danny Silva. Danny Silva really impressed me from what I've seen from him, and of course, he looked great on the Contender Series in September. But I'm still picking against him here because Joshua Culibao's got the experience and all that. I don't know. My heart is not totally into this because both guys are limited fighters. It's not like Joshua Culibao is that UFC guy who's going to show him what UFC grappling is all about. These guys, I think, over the course of their UFC careers, will both prove to be limited fighters, more strikers than grapplers. But this is a matchup where they're fighting limited fighters, and if anybody does capitalize on a nice takedown and some control, that could be the difference maker here. Because both guys like to strike first and foremost. That is their element. And neither guy is much of a submission threat at all. Danny Silva's got no submissions, and Joshua Culibao has one, and it's over Melsik Bagdasaryan. So it was there for him when he needed it, but he just isn't such a big grappler. Not in the UFC anyway. But he has used his grappling before he got to the UFC. So plenty of takedowns and grappling. He even won championship fights with his grappling. Josh Culibao. He was a different fighter when he was fighting different athletes. But here, he's in the UFC, he's much more of a striker. And on the feet against Danny Silva, I still think Josh Culibao is very comfortable on the feet. I think he's perhaps more dangerous, even though Danny Silva's probably got a higher rate of knockouts. Josh Culibao is a little bigger and has a mean right hand. He's sat down some good fighters, Sang Woo Choi and Charles Jourdain in the UFC. Even if he never got the finish, his power's still been evident. And he knocked down Sang Woo Choi twice, really hurt him. But Danny Silva, despite fighting lower level competition, he's finished more guys. Most of his wins are by finish, and they're not all just round one steamrollings. He's won down the stretch, and some of them over some underrated regional guys who, still haven't proven how good they are yet. So he's a guy that's got a lot going for him. That combined with the fact that his one loss was to this guy, the hell's his name? Kanan Kawalhai, a Hawaiian guy there. And I definitely thought he lost that fight. I thought he was caught chasing the guy, and the guy was striking very well on the back foot and taking him down at opportune moments with a minute left in the round. But in round three, it was Danny Silva who was the last man standing. And he was definitely winning that round. And in the end, it was a close fight, but I thought he lost. Still, his record is damn near perfect. He's got 8 other wins, and 3 of them by decision, including his last one over Angel Pacheco in the Contender Series. That's a fight where he dropped the guy with a mean straight left early or straight right early and wasn't able to put him away, but kept it up for 3 rounds. I mean, he threw a lot of strikes, as did the other guy, Pacheco, and that guy Pacheco's got that volume boxing, mixing it up, ripping him to the body throughout the whole fight, and Danny Silva looked tough as all fuck. So I'd be surprised if he or Culibao got finished, to be honest, even though they're both good strikers and both good finishers. Culibao, he's never been legitimately knocked out either. Uh, Jalen Turner TKO'd him in round 2, but that was on the ground. And also, Culibao fucked up his leg not long before that. You could see him wincing in pain and limping around. And then Jalen Turner pulled him to the ground with a guillotine, a mounted guillotine, which he had Culibao in that same guillotine in the first round. But then he settled into ground and pound and TKO'd him. But his chin didn't fail him. And I don't think Danny Silva's got what it takes to duplicate the success that Jalen Turner had on the ground there. So I'd be surprised if either guy got finished, unless it was some fluky horse shit. But not too surprised again because they're both good strikers, and especially Danny Silva. He's a potent. Well, no, they're both pretty good finishers. Not neither one of them's too potent. They both win a good amount of decisions, but they both gotten finishes down the stretch. Even Josh Culibao, he's gotten TKOs in round 5, round 4. They're both guys that have good cardio, and they're dangerous down the stretch. But I'm picking Josh Culibao to outstrike him narrowly and outgrapple him narrowly and outpoint him narrowly. That is the pick. My heart is not into it though. I'm really just going to sit back and try to learn more about both these fighters, especially Danny Silva. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.